Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the interwebs. I am finally coming back to making some videos after a long time of just not really having time to do so. Been getting back into Magic the Gathering quite heavily and spending a lot of time on Magic Online, so I figured I'd show some of that. Um, they just started back with the Vintage Cube, which is really fun. So we're doing a Cube League right now. Um, if you have access to Magic Online and you've never done this, this is one of the reasons that I love it so much. Because you get to play with some of the most powerful cards ever printed. It's a pretty unique experience. It's something that I recommend anyone to give it a try. Um, so here we go. We're going on to pack one. I'll try my best to explain the picks I'm making as I go. Keep in mind, I am not a exceptional player by any means. I do consider myself to be okay, but I'm not, I'm not going to be rocking any Grand Prix or anytime like that soon. So, let's look at what we got here. So, cards that stand out to me. Monster Mentor is fun. Pride Mage is good. Mael's Pulse is great. It's really good removal. Tassicker the Golden Fang is super good, super versatile with what he can go into. He can go in any combination of red, blue, red, green, or I'm sorry, black, blue, black, green, any combination thereof. He's super strong. The only other card that really jumps out at me, something that I personally really like, is Vendilion Click. But I really think Tassicker is just stronger than Vendilion Click. He's relatively easy to cast. He's really strong. Let me actually get the preview pane up. So there's Tasker. Tasker the Golden Fang. He's really, really strong. And he gives us a lot of versatility if our deck ends up going that direction, which it looks like it might. Another thing that I would like to say while I'm thinking about it, I apologize for the blob up here. I am testing out this software. I haven't decided whether or not I was actually going to buy into it yet. I will decide that shortly, and we'll be able to kind of go from there. Okay, that's some interesting cards. So we've got Garruk Relentless is a really good planeswalker. Well, not really good. He's a good planeswalker. Torrential Gear Hulk is a very, very good bomb. Like he's very, very strong. Lyra Dawnbringer is super good. I don't want to really try to go like if I plan on trying to play Tassiger, I don't want to diversify too much. I don't want to go in. Oh, Path to Exile is also great. Yeah, Mutavault's really good. Dark Petitions can be super strong. Buried Alive. Search your library for up to 3 creature cards and put them into your graveyard. Okay, that's another really good card in the right deck. Primal Command's okay. It's definitely something I wouldn't be upset to take later, but I don't want to pick it this early. I honestly think Torrential Gear Hulk is where I want to be. Because I'm liking something blue-black, like a blue-black list with Tassiger to help with card advantage and just some other shenanigans. Demonic Tutor, fantastic, fantastic card. Some fetch lands. Lion's Eye Diamond is really good. Caracas if I was in white. Kolaghan's Command is up. And then Cast Down is regular removal. Repticate. Do I want to try to go Sultai? I don't think I actually need Demonic Tutor. I don't think I'd prioritize that over that. I think Repticate is really good. Because I don't need... So one of the things whenever you're looking at drafting in general is you want to try to stay, in early picks anyway, you want to try to stay as open as possible. The more you limit yourself to trying to stick with a color, the more damaging it can be if you end up finding out that color is not open later on. That's why I actually like Tasker as a first pick, because he's black. I can run him in black blue. I can run him black green. And his Delve ability makes it to where even if if something does happen, he's not automatically not playable in something else. The Gear Hulk is the one that's probably gonna, if I do end up shifting, is probably gonna be left out. But I think Abrupt Decay with Tasker is a really good choice. All right. So we've got Overgrown Tomb, which would help with mana fixing. Phantasmal Image is great. Scavenging Ooze is fantastic. This is a super, super good card. Makeshift Mannequin can be fun. Noxious Gear Hulk is another really good bomb, and he would kind of fit in more than the Torrential Gear Hulk. But I've already got some, so as far as my creature base goes, I've already got some expensive dudes. I don't necessarily want to just keep going down that route. So for me, I honestly want to say it's between Phantasmal Image and Scavenging Ooze, and I think Scavenging Ooze wins. I think it just wins out between those two, and that could be the complete wrong choice. It genuinely might be. I may be completely misjudging it. The land is also a consideration, but I don't really want to pick land this early. Especially with a Scavenging Ooze. Like, Scavenging Ooze is just good. So we're going to go ahead and just keep the ooze. Scoos! Gotta love scoos. See, there we go. Okay, so... Ooh, okay. The fact that Scarab God's made it around this long is kind of impressive. Like, it speaks to the power that's in this. Beast Within's really strong. Destroy a permanent, so that can be Planeswalker land, anything that's giving you a hard time. Then you've got Hissing Quagmire, Lumbering Falls, which are both really super good. I think I want the Beast Within. Because, like I say, it's just really strong. And it's sticking with green, which is kind of where I'm leaning more than anything. Okay. And by the way, going 3 colors in something like this is not necessarily bad, or it's not necessarily undoable. Okay, Elves of Deep Shadow is actually not awful. It hurts me, but it fixes for black, so that is a mana source. Factor Fiction's super strong if I end up trying to go blue. It's actually one of my favorite spells ever printed. Like, Factor Fiction is where my heart is. Shardless Agent. So in the right deck, Shardless Agent is really good just because she's a 3-drop with Cascade. But cascading into an Abrupt Decay could be really good depending on what's in play. But cascading into an ooze seems good. I think I am going to take the Elves of Deep Shadow, though. I don't want to try to go too crazy. Painful Truths Converge would be great if I end up going 3-color, but I'm going to try not to. So, like, right now I'm trying to be in green-black is what it looks like. So I'm going to actually just move that to the sideboard. Okay. Oh, the most confusing things in the world. Okay. Comes in as a Rat Ogre. Zumi Grave Robber. Exile target card from an opponent's graveyard. If no cards are in that graveyard, flip him. When he's flipped... it's 5 mana, put target creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control, and he's a 4-2. It's okay. Like, after all of that, it's like, it's okay. Deranged Hermit, I think, would be the right choice if I had a soul, but I don't, so I'm going to go Kitchen Finks. Kitchen Finks is great. I love it. And I have seen people make the mistake of thinking that Kitchen Finks has to be in a white deck, because it is very much white flavored, but it is indeed green card. So, Tangle Wire can be good. When Rishkar enters the battlefield, put a 1/1 counter on each up to 2 creatures that you control. Or it actually doesn't have to be creatures you control, but I don't know why you do that. Each creature you control with a counter on it has tapped for a green. That could be fun. I don't think it's necessarily good enough. Whenever a player taps on land for mana, that player adds 1 mana of that type from land produced. Okay, so that's a really good ramp card, but it affects your opponent. I think we take Shriekmaw, because he's removal or a dude. And either way, like when he enters the battlefield, he blows up something, so that's great. Maelstrom Pulse made it back to us. Otherwise, Acidic Slime's really good. The Vendilion Click made it around, but we're kind of out of that right now, so I think I'm going to take Maelstrom Pulse. Okay, Mutavolt's okay. And like I said, Primal Command is not bad. So, choose to gain 7 life, target non-creature permanent on its owner's library. Target player shuffles the graveyard into their library, search your library for a creature card, reveal it, and put it into your hand. So it does a lot of stuff for us. And it would actually help us find like our Shriekmaws and our Testers and things. So I actually think Primal Command is something I'm going to take. Because the other one is Dark Petition. And with Dark Petition can search up anything. This can search up a creature, which is our finisher. So it can search up a finisher and give us little resources. I think... Sakura Tribuilder is really good. Yeah. Sakura Tribuilder is pretty good, and then we've got Cast Down as removal. We've already got some good pieces of removal, though. I think we need a dude, so I think we take the Tribuilder. And this, I think we take Phantasmal Image, in case we do end up in blue somehow. Which is not impossible. Like, we very easily could end up in blue. Flame Tongue Kavu. I'm gonna take the Kavu just for lulz. Will not be played no matter what situation we end up in. Archangel Thune is definitely a hate. That card has crushed me in several power cubes on here, and several vintage and modern cubes. This is super strong. And then Rite of Flame. Nobody's building Storm. Sad face. Oh well. Can't all get there, man. We can't all get there. Alright, so Moat. I'm talking about powerful cards. Nicol Bolas Planeswalker, another card that's good. So, Leovold, Emissary of Trist. So remember I said it's not impossible for us to end up going back into blue. Each opponent can't draw more than 1 card each turn. Whenever a permanent you control becomes target's filler ability, I get to draw a card. So that's a really good, really versatile set of abilities. Verdant Catacomb would be really good. Mana Vault is a Mana Vault. Doesn't actually do a whole lot for us, but it's still good. Tendrils of Agony, if we were in the right deck, it's great. The Abyss is really cool. It's a world enchantment. They don't make those anymore. So at the beginning of each player's upkeep, destroy target non-artifact creature that player controls of their choice. It can't be regenerated. So the neat thing, and why the world enchantment thing is relevant, is that there can only be one world enchantment in play at a time. Think of it like it's a field spell type of thing. If you've ever played the Pokemon TCG, there can only be one in play at a time. So if you play another one, it supersedes it. But I think Batterskull overall is just the best card out of all this bunch, in my opinion, because I'm looking for threats, because I've got a good suite of removal so far. And then Eureka's interesting. Okay, it's interesting. I don't necessarily want it, but it's interesting. Alright, Mox Jet. Okay. Okay, do we? Do we take the Mox? Like, this is one of the things about playing a powered cube that makes me anxious. Not anxious, it makes me kind of not the best person to do so. Because I'll see Mox and I'm like, ooh, I have to take it, it's Mox. But is it the best thing? I've got a decent chunk of high-end spells though, and we've got another pack to go. The Mox set's going to help me ramp, and it's going to help me fix a smidge because blue is my splash, or black is my splash. I think I'm going to take the Mox. Other than that, Primeval Titan's really, really good. Master of the Wild Hunt can be deceptively good if you can protect him. And then Ravenous Chupacabra for an uncommon, it actually fits this type of cube really well. It's costed right to do what it does, and you can do some shenanigans if you're able to like kill it and bring him back. So I mean, there's a lot of benefit here. Yeah, I'm fairly optimistic with that. So Elspeth there, Yawgmoth's Will. Huh. So we've got Yawgmoth's Will and Pernicious Deed. Pernicious Deed is an enchantment. X, sacrifice Pernicious Deed, destroy each artifact, creature, enchantment with a mana cost X or less. Super strong. And then we have Yawgmoth's Will. Until the end of your turn, I can play cards from my graveyard if a card be put anywhere. So Yawgmoth's Will, arguably one of the best cards ever printed. But I don't know how much benefit I can get out of it. I mean, it would definitely be sweet, but I don't... Like, where Yawgmoth's Will gets really good is when you're able to loop things infinitely. Like, when you're able to just keep going and going. I think Pernicious Deed, for me, is just going to be good no matter what. Where Yawgmoth's Will is situationally good, if that makes sense. So I think we go Pernicious Deed here. It's also fun to say. Alright. Ooh, Triple Planeswalkers. Too bad none of them are ours. So, Thoughtseize. Pretty strong card. Dark Writ, another really good card. But there's, like I say, there's not really anything to help us abuse Dark Ritual. Thoughtseize is just really good. It's a good disruption. Wall of Roots is really good, and it can help us get up into our bigger things faster. It's the thing like, do I take disruption? Do I take the dude? I think I actually need the guy, because right now, so for Walt and I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna go ahead and take the Wall of Roots. Just to kind of give me something to keep from it. Because if I'm right now, my deck is relatively slow, it feels like. Feels like it's potentially really strong, but it's slow. Ancient Stirrings, I think Baleful Strix is good. I think E-Witness is the only pick I have here. Technical Sanctum. Brain Maggot is potentially good. When it enters the battlefield, target opponent reveals his hand. You choose a non-land card from it and exile that card until it leaves the battlefield. So that's a good one. Chrome Mox can be good. Can be. Keyword. Elvish Mystic is always good. Reclamation Sage is versatile. And I can also search up Reclamation Sage with Primal Command. Which is fine. Harmonize is super good. So here's the point where you have to kind of think about what your deck is doing, like what your goal is. Right now I've got a lot of removal. I've got a lot of kind of versatile cards, some ways to get extra mana. And the question is, do I want to have the ability to just play 4 mana and draw 3 cards, or do I want Thrun, who's objectively a really good threat? It's like, am I a deck that wants to be more of a mid-range deck, or do I want to lean more towards like a black-green control? type of thing where Harmonize would fit in. I think Thrun is the better option because I want to be more aggressive. Like, that's not necessarily what I am now, but I want to be the aggressor. Guy's Cradle. Yeah. If I have to explain to you why I took Guy's Cradle, I want you to go and just watch any video explaining how good Guy's Cradle is. Just go and just watch it if you've never seen it actually used. Tendrils of Agony's meh, but there's not really anything else. I think I could take Leovold if I end up getting into blue. Because Tendrils going this late actually makes me think that no one's playing the Tendrils deck. I think I'd take Leovold. Because there's not really anything that I feel like I'm missing out on by taking Leovold. Master of the Wild Hunt's really good. Sorcerer's Spyglass or Hypnotic Spectre. I think we take the Hypnotic Spectre. Take Hippie. Because Hypnotic Spectre is just good. It's one of those classic cards that just does work. Like, discard effects are always strong. Take the thing I don't want to fight the most, which would probably be Elspeth. So, I don't know if I actually mentioned this. The way I'm going to do this is I'm doing the draft itself. I'll record, and then I'll, because this is a league, I can play games at my leisure. I'm going to do the draft. I'm going to play a game in the league. It gets a control matchup. That's super good, so that's a good sideboard card. And then Elvish Mystic. Like, no green deck is sad to have an Elvish Mystic. Just is what it is. But no, what I was saying is I'm going to do the draft, and then, that'll work. Do the draft, then I will play a game and just record it. If the game goes quickly, I'll play 2 per video, but I'll try to keep it 1 video, and just kind of, just play around everything. Alright, so what do we got? We got Doriti, the Scrap Savant. I have no idea why it's not loading up at the top there, but hey, there it is. So we've got Doriti, Time Twister, Song of the Dryads. Enchant Permanent is a colorless forest land. So it literally turns a duder into a land. Okay. Rofalos Landwar Emissary. That doesn't do a whole lot. That's the thing that I looked at earlier. Oddly enough, there's not really anything of significant importance here for us. That's another piece of pseudo removal that we're already fine on removal. I actually think the Mox Emerald is fine. What a glorious time you live in when you look at a Mox Emerald and go, I guess it's okay. Alright, Ugin. Ugin's always fun. Manglehorn. Manglehorn's okay. I honestly think it's between the Bayou and Ugin. I have a lot of ways to get mana that I didn't think I was going to, so I actually think being able to play an Ugin quickly is really strong. And it also does give me a reason to have that mana ramp. Because, like, if you have a deck with a lot of mana ramp but nothing to ramp into, you're kind of doing nothing. Golgari Signet's good. That'll help me. That could help me with that. Oracle Multi is okay. Packrat's super good, and it's also... So, Packrat can take over a game by itself, if it's uncontested. Woodfall Primus, 5/6, so it's 8 mana, 6/6 with trample. Whenever Woodfall Primus enters the battlefield, destroy target non-creature permanent, and then it persists. So you play it, kill something. When it dies, it comes back as a 5/5 and kills something. That's super good. But I want to keep my curve. See, I've got a decent bell curve going. I want to keep it that way. Golgari Signet would be good. It definitely would. We've got a couple things. I've got a lot of stuff to make mana there. But I'm just gonna. I think we pack rat. Because it's something that has to be dealt with, and if someone's not used to playing against Packrat, Emrakul the Promised End. Okay, so here's where it gets... Oh, God. I want to know what was in this pack that people didn't take these cards. Like, this pack is filthy. Ugh. Huh. Well then. Dismember is an amazing card. Vampire Nighthawk is really good. Sword of Feast and Famine is super strong. Emrakul's also super strong. So his cost reduction ability is a non-bow with Tasigur, in the sense that if I'm delving to cast Tasigur, then I'm not really gaining anything. So this guy makes mana elves. I think I take the Dismember and just try to rely on Ugin to be my finisher. Because Dismember is definitely going to give me some more like versatile removal. Uh, cool. Are we green black Tron not Tron? Is that what we're doing now? Deathrat Shaman is. It's a card that I greatly underestimated when it first came out. It's now like it's proven that it is probably the best one drop that you can have in the type of deck I'm building now. But it's, can I let a threat like Karn just kind of go past me without taking? Because I'm at a position where I could be casting it early, which an early Karn is the best type of Karn. I think I go with Deathrite Shaman. I've already got Ugin as a good threat. I don't want to be too heavy on mana cost. Massacre Worm was also a consideration too, but just not the direction I went. So Yawgmoth's Bargain, 6 mana, skip your draw step, pay 1 life, draw a card, so you can do it whenever you want. Okay, so it's almost like a Necropotence. Another mana elf, don't necessarily need that. I like a Thragtusk. I like a Thragtusk. Me likey a Thragtusk. So here's a conundrum, because I actually like both of these planeswalkers. So Vraska is a 6 mana planeswalker versus 5 mana planeswalker. Put a 2/2 pirate with menace into play, destroy a target artifact, creature, or enchantment, and then you get a artifact. Or you can set your opponent's life to 1 versus Garruk Primal Hunter, who he makes dudes. You can draw cards, and that's the big thing with him. I actually really like Garruk in this one, because like I said, we don't need another elf. There's a lot of them going around, though. We may end up with an elf in one of our last packs, which I would be great to last pick an elf. Because of Nissa, look at the top card of your library, you can reveal a creature, land, or planeswalker from among them, put it into your hand, the rest go on the bottom of your library. That could be good. We do have a couple planeswalkers. We have Ugin. We do have. It's a 1 mana draw spell. Is basically what it comes down to. And the thing is, do I want that or do I want the Thrashing Brontodon? I think I want the Brontodon over that, because it can potentially remove something that's troublesome. Card could be good. Cost 3, we're kind of heavy at 3. I'm going to go ahead and take Ruffalus, even though he doesn't actually do much. So, Bone Shredder. Didn't actually look at this card too much. Flying with Echo. When it enters the battlefield, destroy a non-artifact, non-black creature. Search for Tomorrow, basic land card. Let's go ahead and take that. If I end up... I want to be able to sideboard into a really big artifact hate package, if it comes up to that. Play additional... So that's not a great card, but I'll take it. We're actually light on 4s anyway. I'm gonna take Freyalise, Angel of Serenity because hate, Arbor Elf. See, I'm happy to last pick an elf. That just kind of is where it's never a bad place to be if you can last pick an elf. So, all right. Alrighty then, so we'll go through deck building when everyone's done, because it looks like a few players are still making picks. But we'll go through deck building, and then I'll stop it there for this video. We're hitting right around, it'll be right around the 26, 27 minute mark, so that'll be fine. Alright. So I'm going to do this. So cards that will never be used, I'm going to move over to the Hidden Pain. Flametongue Kavu. We did not get enough support to reliably go into blue, but I think we got a good package for what we want to do here. Let's see what Courtyard, yeah. Okay. I know I missed a few cards that are not actually in my colors, but I'll get them as I go. Ah, there we go. Ruffalus. So cards that I know I'm gonna play. Guy's Cradle. Both Moxen are gonna be good. Once again, that's gonna be a way to kind of ramp us up into Ugin and all of our other stuff. We have a bunch of 5-drops too, so it'll help us get to Ugin. Deathrite Shaman is definitely I honestly don't think we do that one. I think we go Arbor Elf and Elvish Mystic. Oh, there's a Rite of Flame. We don't need you. So that's decent for 1 drops. 2 drops, definitely go with Abrupt Decay. Wall of Roots can do that. Then Pack Rat. Definitely wants Kitchen Finks. That Maelstrom Pulse. Brontodon, not so good. Eternal Witness is always going to be something I like. I like Eternal Witness. Removal's good. Dismember, Hypnotic Spectre, super good. Reclamation Sage is situational. Brontodon, so Brontodon is better than Reclamation Sage, just off the tick, in my opinion. This happens when it goes in, but this is something that I can just blow it up whenever I want. But it is also a 3/4. So if I end up running one of those two, it'll be this one main board. That's something on the side. Between these, Throne the Last Roll is super good, super resilient threat. Batterskull is going in the deck. I also like him. Freyalise is okay. Thragtusk goes in, Shriekmaw goes in, Tassiger and Ugin. So what is that? What is that? 24 with 1 land. So that would put us at 17 lands in total. If we do the 9/6 split. Which 9/6 is not bad. 17 lands is also not bad, especially in a deck running Gaia's Cradle and Moxen and Elves and things. This actually does not look bad. I've got some very versatile stuff for sideboarding, which is going to be very beneficial for me. It's just there's a lot of benefit to having those resources there. And I actually like this because I've got 3 1-drops and 2 drops. I'm a little heavy on 3. Well, I'm not saying I'm heavy on 3 drops is kind of a misnomer. I'm not like that's not a bad thing. That's just where I've got a lot of cards. Now the one thing is I do have a few. So he doesn't have the double black. I do have a single double black in the deck in the form of Hypnotic Spectre, and that may not actually be great, considering I am primary green. I actually think I'm going to take out the Hypnotic Spectre for Manglehorn. Okay. Reason I did that is Hypnotic Spectre costs double black. If I'm playing the game, if the deck does what it wants to do, my first land will more than likely want to be a forest, followed up by literally anything. But first land forest means that there's a good probability I won't be able to on turn 3 go black 1. Like it's not unheard of, but it's one of those things where I honestly think it's kind of a toss up between whether or not Hypnotic Spectre will be great. And Manglehorn, it's another thing. He may not be that good. He's a 3-mana 2/2. But if my opponent does an artifact, which look at what we're playing, he's going to be able to blow it up. So I think this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to lock it in. Alright, so the deck is saved. Alright, thanks everybody. I appreciate each and every one of you for watching. Let's end with a big shot of Ugin, because I love this guy. I'm building a Tron, so that's why Ugin and Karn kind of jumped out at me. So there's that. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate you, and hopefully I'll get at least the first gameplay video up very shortly. But I just want to go ahead and get this one started here. So thanks everybody. See ya.